Hey guys, good morning. Coach Jen T here. Happy Halloween week. We are coming into Halloween. I love all holidays. I love Thanksgiving. I love Christmas. Honestly, I think Halloween is my favorite. And Today is one of my two Halloween parties that I host every year. I just love October so much. I love the leaves. I love the weather. And I just love spending time with friends, and I'm super excited for the afternoon. But I wanted to sit down and take a second before the busy evening starts to give you guys some Halloween tips. Halloween tips basically because we know there is an abundance probably of candy either at home, in the kids' baskets, at work, wherever it may be. Halloween treats are going to be in abundance. There will always be some sort of holiday where we will have those temptations. So I have some tips for you guys as we head into the upcoming Halloween week, but also just moving forward to the upcoming holiday season. So number one is the most important thing. I wanted to share it first, is to ditch the guilt. Having intention with your plan and what matters the most to you. Halloween candy is absolutely not off limits. And so when you enjoy it, you want to ditch the guilt, because feeling guilty about food choices creates a very poor relationship with food, a poor relationship with our body, and it actually can send you into a downward spiral. So you want to make sure that you have your intentions ahead of time. And if you do enjoy treats, let's say your favorite candy is Reese's or your favorite candy is a Kit Kat bar, don't feel guilty when you are enjoying it. Halloween, it happens once a year. Halloween day is only one day, and those treats are never off limits, and you can always enjoy them without guilt. Number two is to pick out your favorites and determine ahead of time what's really worth it to you. So like everyone has those favorites, right? So like, are you the chocolatey, caramely person, or are you like the fruity, sour person for as far as like candy goes? Just know that if you want to enjoy a treat, you can always enjoy it mindfully, just picking ahead of time what's actually worth it to you, picking out your favorites. So for example, if you take the kiddos, like if you take them trick-or-treating and then you come home and they have a whole bunch of candy and they're willing to share, pick out a few and put it in a Ziploc bag and have it just like enjoy it over the week, and like savor every bite of whatever you're having and see if you can stretch it out and enjoy it over the course of like 5 days, rather than trying to eat all the candy in one sitting. Number three is to create a barrier. So out of sight, out of mind, like whatever you have set up and easily accessible in your home environment is going to be what you're reaching for. So for us, like, it's funny, we have this Easter basket and it's up on the fridge. Nothing's ever off limits, but if we want a piece of candy, we have to work for it. We have to reach up. Laura has to climb up on the counter, so it's like, or put it in a closet, put it on a top shelf, whatever it is. If the candy's at least not like in a fruit basket on the table, then it's going to be just easier not to reach for it every time you're mindlessly looking for something, because if the candy's there and you can see it, you're going to probably grab a piece every time you walk by it, right? Number four is to make the treats fit. So this goes for my macro tracking clients that I'm working with, planning ahead of time. Like, man, I really want an Mr. Good bar, right? So log it ahead of time if you're tracking, and you can totally make those macros fit around the rest of your day, so that and you're intentional with like having it fit into your day and still being able to reach your goals. The next tip is to hit your protein. Hit your protein, pair with protein. Those are actually kind of 2 in 1. Prioritizing protein is going to keep you satisfied, keep you feeling full, and make sure that you're fueled on that stuff to keep your metabolism up and keep your blood sugar regulated. Because if you get into that spiral of like eating candy and eating sugar and processed carbohydrates, it's kind of like a vicious cycle, because eating it makes you want it more, and you're just going to keep eating it, and you're going to, before you know it, overindulge in way too many extra calories. So having protein first will help just make it easier to not overindulge, keep your blood sugar balanced. If you really want like a treat, make sure you just pair it with protein. Have a little bit of protein first, and you'll notice and find that it's much easier to say no to like eating too much of it, eating too much of the treat. The next tip is just to slow down and savor every bite. The slower and more mindful you enjoy the treats, the less you will eat overall. Because, for example, let's say a fun-sized candy bar. If you take smaller bites, you nibble on it, you really savor those flavors, it's just going to make it easier to not go for a second and a third and a fourth, versus if you're like speed eating to try to eat as much as possible, as quick as possible. The next one, if you really find you are in an abundance of candy, you can always either donate it. We don't like to waste food. We don't like to throw things away, right? So there are like different services. I remember one year we gathered all kinds of leftover Halloween candy for some of my challenges I was running, and we donated them, treats for troops or something like that. And I think I spent a lot of money, but I sent just a bunch of candy in the mail to the troops. And, it's just like something good to, donate if there's extra, or maybe dropping off at a homeless shelter. The other thing is a lot of parades go on, and man, I have seen at the Christmas parades Halloween candy dropped. So you can always bag up and save some of the extra excess candy for like the parades that are coming up for the holiday season, because the candy at that point will still be good. The next one is... Actually, this is the last one. Still get your workout routine in. So prioritizing movement. If you do have some sort of workout routine, don't just skip your workouts just because you plan to go, trick-or-treating or have a Halloween party or whatever it is. Just try to stick to that routine of exercising. It's just going to make you release those happy endorphin hormones and decrease stress, and that will help prevent like eating due to like stress, like reaching for the candy, because when we are stressed or emotionally like down a little bit, it's going to make it easier to like reach for the treats versus keeping that exercise, keeping those happy hormones up, even if it's like a walk to get outside. I hope these Halloween tips help. And I'm actually jumping the gun. We have a 5-day holiday survival challenge that starts today and tomorrow. I've got a bunch of people that I've onboarded. Again, it's completely free. We're just practicing mindfulness as we do enter into the holiday season. For me personally, holiday season are the months of November and December, because the last 2 months of the year, I think sometimes are the hardest for people, including myself, just with all of the temptations. So you can get the tools you need now to, maintain and reach progress, whatever it is for you, as you head into the new year, and just feel your best at those holiday parties. If you guys are interested in enjoying that, just shoot me a private message. Really, we'll talk to you soon.